Hi everyone, here we will work on number 41 in section 6.1. In this section, we are actually learning the integration formula to find the volume of a 3D object. For this particular problem, this one is obtained by rotating the region, right, the shaded region along the y-axis. In general, there are two different slicing methods. Horizontal slicing, that means we use a horizontal bar and slice from the bottom to top. Or we use the vertical slicing from the left to the right. Okay, so this will correspond to method 1 and method 2 that I showed here. Okay, now let's focus on method 1. This is a horizontal slicing. Then the involved formula will look like this. This is an integral with respect to y, because this is the horizontal slicing from bottom to top. That means for y variable from 0 to 5. Now, for each slice, now when we do the rotate along the y-axis, now we will either get a washer or a disk. This will depend on the location of the y value. For y between 0 to 4, we get a washer. For y between 4 and 5, we get a disk. That's why we need to break this one into two parts. First part 0 to 4, this is a washer. Now apply the formula. We need to find out the larger radius and the small radius. Notice that the axis that we rotate about is the y-axis. Okay, so the capital R, that as I show in the pictures, that will be the number 2. Right, the distance will be 2. For the small r of y, that will be square root of 4 minus y. We can actually solve this one from the equation of y equal to 4x squared. Notice that x in the picture will be positive. Okay, so we determine the capital R and the capital R in this formula. Now let's move to the second part. For y between 4 to 5, when we do the rotation about that particular y-axis, we get a disk. Then the radius, obviously, that would be 2 as shown in the pictures. Okay, so we can determine r equal to 2. Now plug in those numbers, a little bit of simplification. Finally, we should be able to compute the final answer, which is 12 times pi. All right, so here we showed the method of horizontal slicing. Now, what if we want to use the vertical slicing from left to the right? However, in this case, the cross section is no longer a disk or a washer. Indeed, it will be a shear. Now it's going to be introduced in next section. All right, so we can come back to this one later. Okay, a quick recap. First, we need to understand the picture. Locate the region we need to rotate. Also identify the axis that we rotate about. This is really important. This will directly affect how we calculate the distance. All right, and then determine whether we're going to apply the disk method or the washer method. Sometimes we need to break the interval into several parts. Okay, and find out the notations or the involved functions in the formula and then evaluate the interval. Okay, so that would be the general procedures. Okay, I will stop here.